Hi, this is Carrie Brownstein.
This is DJ Premier.
This is Darren Aronofsky.
You got the RZA right here.
Rose McGowan.
Radiohead.
Aisha Tyler.
Tribe Called Quest. Fred Armisen.
Prince Paul.
Javier Munoz. Seth Meyers.
Frankie Cosmos.
Flying Lotus.
Hi, we're Chaim, and you're listening to the Talkhouse Podcast.
What's up? What is up? I'm your host, Elia Einhorn. Welcome back to the Talkhouse Podcast. This week I'm joined in Brooklyn by
Annie Fell, senior editor.
Hey, welcome back to the show, Annie. It's been a minute.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Listeners, the Talkhouse Podcast has been heading out to Pitchfork Music Festival in Chicago for the last 5 years. We've recorded some amazing talks there over the years. I'm thinking Blood Orange with Raphael Sadiq, Fleet Foxes with Nilüfer Yanya, Tierra Whack with Nnamdi Obanaya, and so many more. This week's talk was recorded backstage at Pitchfork Music Fest this July and features two fantastic bands, Varsity and Chai.
This talk was recorded the last day of the festival, which Varsity wasn't actually playing, but the bands had played a show together earlier that weekend at Empty Bottle.
Shouts to the Bottle, legendary Chicago venue.
Now, the day before, the park had actually been evacuated because of a lightning storm, and it was still rainy and gray and disgusting all through Sunday morning. But as soon as we were bringing Chai and Varsity's frontwoman Stef Smith over to the trailer to record, the clouds parted, which was super fitting for this very, very sunny conversation.
This talk is a lot of fun, and I've got to say, Chai are a lot of fun. They've put out one of my absolute favorite records of the year with their album Punk. Also, as regular listeners know, aside from the Talkhouse Podcast, I host Pitchfork Radio, and I was doing double duty at the fest. Chai came on Pitchfork Radio for their first ever DJ set, and they fucking slayed it. We could not have had more fun. They were dancing and singing in the booth. It was great. Actually, we just had Whitney DJing before Chai came in, and as the two bands crossed over, they got to chatting, and Whitney ended up bringing them on stage to join in their set later that day. It was pretty awesome.
It was amazing. We love a surprise collab.
Love it. Now, Chai is a Japanese post-punk /pop/riot girl quartet who started in Nagoya but are now based in Tokyo. They make what they call neo-kawaii music, which they've said is a movement to redefine the narrow view of what's considered cute in Japan. They've released 2 full-length records now, and this year's Punk has been a huge breakthrough for them. Annie, watching them perform and matching outfits with some amazing sort of amateur-esque dance moves and riot girl aesthetic really took me back to sort of the classic La Tigre days.
Yeah, that's a comparison that I never really thought of, but it's really, really fitting.
From this year's record, Punk, let's check out the track Choose Go. I love them so much.
They're so much fun.
Now, all 4 members of Chai, that's Yuki, Yuna, and the twins Mana and Kana, sat down for this talk with assistance from their translator, Rena. You'll hear how Rena does an amazing job busting down the language barrier in what could have been a very tricky conversation. And Varsity Stef really helps with that as well. I want to say, listeners, we've had many international bands on the podcast over the years, but this is the first time we've actually had one in another language with a translator. It was a lot of fun to work on.
Yeah, and Steph proved to be an expert interviewer.
She really did. She did a hell of a job here.
Now, Steph is the frontwoman of Varsity, an indie pop band based in Chicago. The band's been steadily releasing chill, melancholic tracks since 2013, including their self-titled, self-released debut in 2015 and their 2018 album Parallel Person, which they released via Babe City Records. Now they're signed to the Boston label Run for Cover, and they have a collection of singles and various other recordings called The Basement Takes 2015 to 2016 that's coming out next month.
Annie, I so appreciate you turning me on to this band. I hadn't heard of Varsity before you told me about them, and this is a band that I'm going to be following. I feel like they hit some touchstones, older stuff that I love, like Camera Obscura and even going back to the Smiths.
That's so exciting to hear. I feel like they're really going to be blowing up soon.
Well, from their upcoming compilation, The Basement Takes, let's check out a real fan favorite, So Sad, So Sad.
Trying to be a perfect
It's such beautiful stuff.
It's so great. So great, so great.
So great, just like this conversation. Chai and Stef chop it up on a lot here. We get to hear all about what it's like touring in a country where you can't speak the language, and funnily, how that's actually been a really good thing for Chai when it comes to their interviews.
We also hear about how Chai and Varsity's rad music video concepts parallel each other.
Yeah, I want to give some shouts. Both of these bands produce really fantastic music videos for their tracks.
Oh, always amazing.
Their talk also covers why dogs make great musical inspiration,
The benefits of having a stage uniform,
where to find the best deep dish in Chicago, and the food that Chai's hometown Nagoya is known for.
and the real danger of being interviewed by Nardwuar, which is not what you'd expect.
Let's roll the tape.
Hi. Hi. I'm so happy to meet you guys.
Me too.
How do you guys like Chicago?
So it's our second time in Chicago, actually. But, we don't usually go out of this vicinity, so we have no idea what Chicago really is other than here. But we actually want to ask you what Chicago is like and what you would recommend us doing in Chicago.
So Chicago is a Midwestern city known for food. I would say known for hot dogs, pizza, like not very healthy food.
あんまり体に良くない食べ物で有名な。だからホットドッグとかピザとか、そうシカゴピザがそういう食べ物にそういうので有名なんだって。
It's a big food city. Yeah. And I guess why I say it's Midwestern is because people are supposedly pretty friendly here. And I agree. I think people are really sociable and friendly.
ここはね、アメリカの中で、南と北とか Everyone's really energetic, they said. Really open, really nice. Yeah, they were saying that too about Chicago.
I agree, especially the musicians here. Where are you guys from in Japan? Tokyo?
出身だね。Yeah, so we're from Nagoya, a place called Nagoya, which is actually like the central area of Japan. I guess you say the middle of Japan. It's actually a 5-hour drive from Tokyo, but 2 hours on the Shinkansen, which is also the bullet train. Oh. So it's pretty far, but now we're in Tokyo, but we're originally all from Nagoya. And then Yuki, I'm the bassist. She is actually from Gifu, which is kind of, it's a little bit northern than Nagoya.
Okay.
But still in that same vicinity, yeah.
Is it known for anything? Where you're
名古屋っ
from?
て、名古屋って何が有名ですか、名古屋。
食べ物食べ物がいっぱい。
Yeah, so Nagoya is actually known for food too. Speaking of, Chicago being known for food, Nagoya is known for a lot of food. One called miso.
味噌煮込みうどん。
And then there's another one.
手羽先。
And tebasaki は
Like a chicken wing.
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings. Yes.
Yeah.
many black pepper がバーッてかかってる。
Is it spicy?
Yes, little bit spicy.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
それ以外に
それ以外に。
あんかけスパゲッティ。
They also have this thing called ankake spaghetti, which is like noodles, but they have like kind of like a Chinese type of sauce on top of it. It's kind of thick and it's kind of salty. And they were saying that that's what they're known for too. So I guess it's food. Yeah, foodie towns.
Called spaghetti, huh? Okay, not what I think of when I think of spaghetti. That's cool.
Yeah, スパゲッティを考えるとやっぱりソルティは考えないねって言ったの。あんまりしょっぱいのは考
I
え
think
ない
of
ねって。
like a huge plate with like red sauce, like tomato sauce with like a big like a meatball on top. Yeah.
普段はやっぱりミートソースのイメージがあるからって。なんか赤いミートソースのスパゲッティは。They say us too.
シカゴピッツァが食べたい。
Did you eat it?
I wanna eat シカゴピッツァ。おすすめ教えてほしい。
She said, do you have any Chicago pizza places you want to recommend?
Yes. Okay. I actually haven't been there, but I know it's the best place. It's called Pequod's, and it's the thick kind of pizza that's like this thick. It's very controversial, but I feel like it's just more cheese and more pizza, so it's more like to eat. I think it's good. It's like a pizza casserole. It's like this big. Pizza casserole. That's Chicago. Yeah.
キャッサロール。キャッサロール。キャッソはね。She's like a pizza castle? Is it like a pizza? I was like, no, not a pizza, a pizza casserole. でもPequod's っていうお店がおすすめで、でも彼女言うこと
それは体に悪いの？
Is that bad for you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not good for you. But it's, like pretty much you eat one slice and you're done.
ワンスライスで大丈夫って。1枚でもう終わりって感じ。もういっぱい。
Exactly.
その通りね。
何が有名ですか？
What is famous here other than food in Chicago? Like things to do?
Okay, so there's like the touristy things there's Ferris wheel. There's the Sears Tower, or Willis Tower, which at one point was the highest. These are very touristy things, like very touristy. But you could, go to the Sears Tower, or like we have the Bean, which is like a really shiny, looks like a kidney bean. Okay, those are very touristy things. And we also have sports teams. If you like baseball. Yeah, we have 2 baseball teams. Okay, these are things I never do here. But if people come to Chicago, those are typically the things they do.
だね、これはね、観光用のすることなんだけど、だから they want to see it. They want to see some sports. They want to see some
You wanna
baseball
see
teams.
some sports?
Yeah, some baseball teams.
Oh, there was a show there was a Cubs game on Friday before our show.
シカゴカブズって野球一番メインのチームなんだけど、野球の
Yeah.
ゲームが試合があったんだって、ちょうど先日ぐらいに。
They won.
で
So.
勝ったし。
見たかった。そっか。
Oh, I'm sorry you missed it. I saw that you guys dressed up like football players in one of your music videos.
みんながアメフトの格好したミュージックビデオ見たねって。
ありがとう。Thank you so much.
それのこともちょっと説明してあげたら。
あれはなんだろう、スポーツしたかった。そうだから。
So Yuki was saying, yeah, so we actually we just wanted to do sports in general for that video. Like we really had nothing in mind other than just sports. So we were just like, let's do everything. And we actually really love like the whole coolness of the football outfits, how your shoulders look so broad and big in that. She was like, isn't that cute? Like, isn't that outfit, like the shoulder pads so cute? She's like, so I just wanted to be a football player for a day.
Yeah. You guys made it look really cute. And you did curling and all that stuff. Yeah, I loved it.
カーリングも全部やってたねって。
全部やった。
Do you guys make your own music videos? Like make up the ideas?
ミュージックビデオのアイディアをみんな自分で考えてるのって。
そうだね。
チャイとチームかな。
Yeah, they said they usually come up with the ideas on their own, but usually the director or whoever they're working with kind of like puts it all together for them, makes it more concise for them. But they usually work together with the director, to come up with the finished product. But ideas, yes, they always give out their ideas first.
Yeah. I love your music videos.
Thank you. みんなはどうやって作るの？
So how does Varsity make their music videos?
Pretty similar. We start with an idea. By the time the director gets it, it's totally different. Yeah. But it's usually like in a good way. Like the director takes it and they're like, or we could do this in a really different, fun way better than what you were thinking.
Yeah, 彼女も同じだって。みんなで考えるんだけど、でもその監督まで
We also had sports in one of our video. We had like synchronized swimming. Like we had old ladies like in a pool doing like synchronized.
見た。すごい可愛かった。
She said, I saw that. She's like, the old lady goes, dun, 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 and jumps in the pool. She's like, I saw that. She said, it's really cute. It's really, really cute.
Yeah, it turned out good. Thank you.
So cute.
Okay, this is kind of about like what we're doing right now, but how does it feel to tour in a country where you don't speak the language? Are you frustrated?
みんなはこういうさ英語喋れないけど Yeah, they say they actually love it. They have no issues with the language barrier. For them, they actually like the fact that people in the States, when they interview them, ask totally different questions from what they ask in Japan. So it's usually more interesting over here in the States, particularly what they ask. So they love that. And also I asked them, do you guys get annoyed when there's a language barrier? Sometimes they're frustrated. And they said, no. They was like, we actually like it. The brokenness is like cool in a way.
Yeah.
They still communicate. It's fun for them. They can learn English, It's great.
Yeah, I like being able to see like your like your actions and like and understand like a tiny word here and there like spaghetti and be like, I think I know where this is going, and then just like you can read a lot from people's expressions.
Yeah. 人の表情ですごく伝わるからって。だからチャイの表情とか。
Actually, that's what I like about your songs is I'll be listening and I can't understand for the most part, the Japanese. And I love when I hear like a little English word that just pops out and I'm like, now I can make this story in my mind via one or two English, phrases.
They said you're so nice for like thinking of that, like thinking of, you know, what the song is about, like, you know, coming up with your own story in your head. They're like, that's so nice. There's like, you're right. Chicago people are nice people.
Nice people.
Oh. Well, you make nice music, so.
みんながナイス音楽作ってるってよ。いい音楽作ってるってよ。Yeah, they said they're super happy. Super happy. Thank you.
そうだね、また来たい。
I'm curious now. You said that people here ask different questions than they do in Japan. So what's the question that you get in Japan that you never want to hear again?
彼女はね、さっきね、みんながさ、アメリカの
バンド名の由来とか。
Yeah, so basically, like, we never get asked anything about our music in Japan. We always get asked about, we're actually like more like, kind of like a fortune teller and kind of like a psychologist in a way. People ask us more so like, how do you make us feel better, people who don't feel cute? So it's more about like, oh, making people who don't feel cute is what they come to us. They come for us for cute advice. Not so much about our music. So that's why we like coming over here, because they ask us more about our actual music. They're like, they don't really care about our music. We're actually more like counselors for them. Emotional counselors.
Yeah, crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. I guess here, like, maybe because, this is just a total guess, but maybe because people can't understand all the lyrics if they don't speak Japanese, they're more interested in, like, what they can hear, the actual music. So they're drawn to the sound, maybe.
私の意見なんだけど、もしかして She said, yeah, we actually love that way better. Because like that's, I mean, we're musicians, so we want to actually be told, you know, asked about our music. So yeah, we love that way better. So we don't mind if they don't understand the Japanese part, as long as they ask us about the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what matters most.
Yeah, speaking of the music, you guys are awesome musicians, by the way. Everyone in my band was like some of them had seen you before, but they were like, whoa, like this is amazing. Like, I don't know, seeing you live is a great experience.
Yeah. 私のね、他のバンドメンバーもみんなチャイのこと。
What was meeting Nardwuar like? And did you know what you were getting into?
オタクのおじさん Nardwuar. あの人 He's really crazy and he's really funny and he has a really funny personality. But all we remember is how much his spit was flying across on our faces while he was interviewing us. And yeah, and even if we were like 5 feet away, it still flew. It still flew on our faces.
I love that. Oh
but
my
he was
God.
funny.
I love that.
Now the shower.
Then we felt like we had to shower, but it was a great experience. He was a funny guy.
He's a crazy guy, yeah. We saw him one year at South by just walking, and we like crept up behind him and followed him for a block, and we were like, are we gonna do it? Are we gonna say hey? Are we gonna do it? And finally my bandmate just tapped him on the shoulder. We took a picture. We were like, felt really bad because he wasn't in Nardwuar mode. He was just like going back to his hotel.
なんかね、去年の2018年の South by Southwest で Yeah, they were like, I'm surprised that he actually turns that on and off, the Nardwuar on and off the personality.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely probably going to sleep, like going to his hotel with like his manager to go to sleep, you know.
絶対マネージャーとさ、ホテルに向かって寝ようとしたんだと思うって。Sleepy Nardwuar.
Sleepy, yeah. Do you feel like you have to be on at all? Like, you know what I mean? Like when we were talking about like Nardwuar's on or off? Or do you feel like you're kind of yourselves when you perform and that's who you are normally in the world?
これいい質問だね。みんなはその Nardwuar もね、やっぱりその we actually don't really feel like we changed that much. Actually, we're pretty much not as much as Nardwuar, because when you have that kind of like tension and energy like Nardwuar, I can understand why you get wiped out at the end of the day. But us, no, we're pretty much the same. I think the only difference that before we go on any live stage, we kind of just like, you know, slap each other in the back and just like, you know, like you can do it, and kind of boost ourselves a little bit, our confidence before. But other than that, we're pretty much the same. But what we want to know is, do you have or your band have any differences on and off times?
No, I think the same. We try to be genuine, like on stage and off stage, and just I mean, obviously when I'm on stage, I try to have more energy. I think like in normal day life, I'm pretty like medium energy person. On stage, I try to have more, but we recently just realized we never had a pre-show ritual, so we decided like just check in and do a hug before each show, and that really helps the mood. And it's weird that we never had that before and we never did that before, but now we do it and it feels really like loving beforehand, and then we go on. And how do you guys write your songs? What's your process? I'm always interested.
曲の歌詞を書くのについてですけど、歌詞です。
歌詞
歌詞です
歌詞は私が。
そう、歌詞についてです。
あら。
どうやって歌詞を考えてますか Yeah, so I'm Yuki, the bassist. Usually I write all the lyrics for all the songs. The process is usually we have the arrangement and the melody kind of already set. The music is already set prior to me writing the lyrics. How I come up with the lyric ideas is actually really random and really natural. I just kind of listen to the vibe of the song and I kind of just make up whatever it is that comes to my mind. And mostly the theme of all our songs is about your insecurities. So most likely each song is going to kind of be relevant to someone's insecurities or, you know, one of our insecurities. But it's pretty much random. And I asked Yuki, I was like, well, for a particular song, like for a family member, what about that beat made you want to talk about family members? And she's like, I don't know. I can't really explain that. It's just a natural thing.
Yeah, I totally relate to that, actually. That's how, like, I write all of our lyrics and they come last, like how you write them last. And sometimes I need to hear the whole song before I know what the song is going to be about.
彼女も一緒だって。ですごいそういうところは関連しますって、わかりますって。
曲もメロディーも作るし歌詞も書くのかな。一緒
Do you do the melodies and the lyrics or just the...
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. So like normally I'll be singing gibberish until the very last, because for some reason I always put off writing the lyrics until the last minute because I'm a procrastinator. So yeah, it's like gibberish with a melody until I really sit down and I'm like, okay, what is this about and what is the song? Like you said, like it is kind of random. You listen to a song and it can just inspire something within you that you never thought before just by the melody or like the vibe. And I think the lyrics should match the vibe, at least for our music.
彼女もユキと一緒で歌詞は最後なんだって。でやっぱり最初はそのマナーみたいにそのメロディーを。
一緒だ。一緒。
It's like we're the same.
Yeah, it sounds like a very similar process. I really like that. I like that your songs have a message, you know, like I think that traditionally I've always written songs that are stories, but I really appreciate songs that are more just like a message to the world. And I'm thinking about trying to shift a tiny bit or at least attempt that type of songwriting.
素敵ストーリーのある曲。映画みたいで好き。
Yeah, so I actually like the fact that you write story-based lyrics more because like she was saying that's kind of like a movie in a sense. And she loves movies. I love movies. So,
I love movies too. So I'm wondering, what else do you do on tour to keep busy, to not be bored?
退屈にならないようにツアー中は他に何してるんですかって。
ショッピング。
Shopping? Where do you go?
Thrift store. Thrift store.
I love thrifting. Yes. Did you go anywhere here? No.
近くにあるこの辺。
Is there one around here?
If you want to take an Uber. No, there's not one around here, but there's a lot of good thrifting. Yeah.
いっぱいあるけどここら辺にはないんだって。
Yeah. I love your guys' fashion too. And your outfits. I'm really jealous that you have a uniform that you wear on stage and you know what you're gonna wear. It's not like a question. I'm so jealous.
衣装がすごい羨ましいんだって。で、私たちはすごい like it's really easy. We don't have to think about anything. We just have this one outfit ready to go.
I love that. I might steal that.
そんなアイディアを盗むかもって。
ぜひもちろんやろう。
They said, please do. Please do.
Yeah. I always try to make the guys like wear the same clothes, but they're very resistant. They're like, no, we don't want to like all wear white or all wear black or something like that. They're resistant to it.
みんなさ、やっぱり全身黒とか全身白はやっぱり嫌なんだって。
Yes, I think so.
I'll tell them you said they need to do it. And we'll see. They'll listen to you.
絶対可愛いと思う。
絶対チャイの言うこと聞くって。
ちょっと見たいみんながいいよね。絶対いいと思う。
They said they want to see the outfits that you guys come up with. We want to see them.
All right, I'll send you a picture on Instagram. Yeah. What are you guys doing for the rest of the day, and where are you going next after Chicago?
今日は他に何する予定？まだあれは言えないから。
あとサンフランシスコ
と LA とラスベガス。
ラスベガス。
LA, Las Vegas, San Diego.
Yeah, サンディエゴも行くっけ？
そうそう、サンタアナも行くよ。
サンタアナ。
初めて。
初めて。
ファーストタイムサンタアナ。
Nice. You're gonna have good views. Yeah, a good.
すごいいい景色見えるよって。
Are you driving?
運転するんですかって。私
When
ら
you get
は
there? No.
Just need
着いてから車。
Driving.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I have another question. What's something that people don't know about chai?
面白い質問だね。
That's a really interesting question. She's like, the truth is, I love dogs.
We have 2 songs about dogs, actually.
犬のテーマの曲2つあるんだって、2曲あるんだって。
Yeah.
2曲もあるの
2曲。
かわいい。
She's like, that's so cute.
Yeah.
いいな。犬ソング作らなきゃ。
She's like, we have to make a dog song too.
It's really good to write songs about dogs. They're very good vehicles for like just any emotion or any like thing, like a protagonist. I don't know why. They're just like friendly, happy, and you can just put a lot of emotion onto them.
犬ってさ、犬の曲ってすごいいいと思って。やっぱりいろんな気持ち。I love dogs.
Love dog.
We love dogs.
We need dogs.
Now the world knows.
はい、それでみんな世界中が分かりました。犬が大好きって。
そう、我が子を今5匹置いてきてる家に5匹いるんだけど。
Lately, I've been planting, having a lot of plants in my house, and they're like my children. I've left 5 of my children at home.
What's happening to them right now? You don't want to know.
She's like, I'm super worried about them.
Do you guys live together?
一緒に住んでますかってみんな。
今はね、ここ2まで。
They live, two. So the twins live together, and then Yuna and Yuki live together.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
真ん中のずっと一緒だね。本当に生まれから。Yeah, so we've been together since the womb. The twins, we literally from the same egg all the way. We're always together. So yeah, and I was like, that's great that you guys get along. They're like, yes, it's great.
Yeah.
Do you have sisters or siblings?
I don't have a sister. I have a younger brother. Yeah.
弟がいるって一人。
He used to be our drummer.
前はドラマだったんだってバンドで。
But
同
he's
じバ
not
ンドで。
anymore. But he used to be.
もうやめた。セームバンド。
なんかこう姉妹で組むことは多いの？みんなこう海外の人は。
Oh, do you guys usually like work together in a family as far as like, overseas artists? Do they usually work together in a band? Or it's not really that normal like for having siblings in the same band? Yeah.
Paul and Jake, our bass player and our drummer, are brothers.
今のバンドでそのポールとジェイクさんがいるんだけど、そのベース。So it's pretty normal?
I think it's normal. Yeah.
多い。日本全然いない。
兄弟バンドいない。珍しい。
In Japan, there's not that many where siblings are playing in the same band together.
Oh, really?
So that's actually interesting. There's actually a lot in America, I see.
I think so. Yeah. Either that or like it's kind of common. It's not unheard of for like couples to be in a band.
あとはね、カップル。そう、付き合ってる人たちが同じバンドとかも。They said it doesn't really work in Japan. Like, even if they are, they always end up breaking up.
Oh, same here. Yeah.
So I asked the girls, I was like, do you guys want to do a couple band one day? And they were like, no, that's why we chose girl band. We're okay with the friendship. We're okay with this one way better. This is okay.
Yeah, I agree.
私も賛成します。賛成します。
It seems like you guys are genuinely like best friends.
みんなすごくなんか純粋な感じで、ナチュラルな感じの友達。
Is it true? True.
Yes.
It's true.
We are 仲良しね。So, we get along.
We get along.
We get along.
We get along.
Very well.
Very well.
Love it. Yeah, we're also pretty tight. We're really good friends too.
そう、私たちのバンドも一緒って。すごくいい友達、仲良しの友達
It
なん
would
だっ
be
て。
hard. It would be hard to be in a band with people you don't get along. I mean, you hear a lot about bands in fighting and stuff like that. I can't imagine that. I mean, we fight sometimes, but
時々喧嘩するけど、でもやっぱりその仲良しじゃないとバンドで。
yeah, your band kind of becomes your family when you're touring.
やっぱり。
両親のチャットがある。グループラインがある。
入ってない。Yeah, so not only us do we get along so well. Actually, our parents, they have their own little group chat, and they meet up together, and they always have like little dinners together. Actually, without us even knowing, when we don't even know, they're just hanging out and having dinners together. They come to the shows together. So our parents are also really close now. So it's like a big family.
That's so cute.
聞きたい。今後の目標は何ですか？
What are your, you as a band or you guys as a band, what are your goals from here on out? What are you guys planning on doing this year?
So this year we're going to try to finish our album. We've been writing songs like 3 at a time and recording, sort of like, 1 month we'll record 3 songs and we'll take a little break, right? And then record again. So our goal is to finish our album and then we would love to tour abroad. We've never done it.
いや、私たちはね、今年の目標はやっぱりアルバムを。
日本は来るかな？日本来る？
Do you go to Japan?
We've never been to Japan. I would love to go. It seems like an amazing place.
すごいいいところの感じがするから、そういうイメージがあるから行ってみたいって。
Would they like us there?
私たちのバンドを日本が受けるかな They think you'll be totally fine in Japan. They said they like that kind of sound where it's like kind of chill, relaxed. So you'll be totally fine in Japan. They're like, it kind of soothes the soul type of music.
Yeah, we want to go so bad. Yeah, we just want to make music. We're really focused on recording right now, but we would love to, tour somewhere else besides the United States, which we've done a lot. So maybe Japan is next.
多分次は日本かな
日本で会いたい。
会いたい。
We'll be waiting for you in Japan.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Arigato.
arigato.
Learn one word. Thank you. Thank you. It was so awesome talking to you.
Yuki, Yuna, Mana, Kana, Stef, and of course, Rena with the translating. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Talkhouse Podcast.
Be sure to check out some of our other episodes that we've recorded at Pitchfork Fest, including Brian Wilson and Carly Rae Jepsen, Vagabond and Frankie Cosmos, and Priest with Tyler Pope of LCD Sound System.
You know what, Annie? As you're listing out some of our old talks here, I realize a handful of my top 10 favorite records of this year are represented here. Vagabond, Frankie Cosmos, and Priests.
Yeah, some real heavy hitters on that list.
Yeah, for sure. I hope that Chai and Varsity get to enjoy each other's hometown foods. I'm going to weigh in, Annie. Pequod's that Stef mentions is good, but listeners, when you're in Chicago, you got to hit Giordano's. Trust a Chicago guy.
I'm a suburban girl, so I gotta shout out the Silo in Lake Forest.
Oh, snap. I've never been there. I guess I'm taking a cruise out to the suburbs.
Yeah, next time you're on the North Shore.
Well, we have some great photos from this talk, and you can find those at Talkhouse across social media platforms. Is that what people say? Social media platforms?
Sounds right.
Yeah, we'll stick with it. I also want to shout out, Chai just dropped a Tiny Desk concert. I watched it just before we recorded this talk. It's a lot of fun.
They're the most fun.
They really are. Today's talk was recorded by Joe Darnaby and Mark Yoshizumi, who's also our co-producer.
And our theme song was composed and performed by The Range.
Annie, thanks again for joining me on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Till next week, I'm Elia Einhorn.
And I'm Annie Fell.
Peace.
Bye.
And Kauai.